This is the most powerful model Anthropic has ever put in public hands, state of the art on nearly every single benchmark they tested, and a full tier above anything you've been able to use until today. It's called Fable 5. So let's break down what exactly is new today. As well, I'm going to show you guys some demos, so stick until the end to see them. Alright, let's get into the video. So whenever Anthropic has dropped a model, it has come in their tier system. We know about Haiku, Sonnet, Opus, which were the three previous tiers that we probably are all familiar with. Opus has been the top of the public stack. Then in April, they actually introduced a tier above Opus, which they called Mythos-class. The first one, Mythos Preview, only went out through Project Glasswing to a small group of cyber defenders and the US government. The public never got access to that model. Today that is changing. Fable 5 is a Mythos-class model available to everyone. But here's the key relationship. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 are the same underlying model, same weight, same training. The only difference is the safety layer on top of that. Mythos is the version with the cyber safeguards lifted, going to trusted defenders and the government, and Fable is that same model with classifiers in front of it for the rest of us. So when Anthropic says Fable is the most capable model they've made generally available, that's because it's a tier that until today wasn't generally available to all of us. On the benchmark side, Anthropic claims state-of-the-art on nearly every single benchmark they ran. The pattern worth understanding is this: the longer and more complex the task, the larger Fable's lead. Shorter tasks were mostly handled already, but long multi-step work that runs for hours without a human checking in was not. That's where the new model really excels at. A few of the capability areas they specifically call out is software engineering, which is the big one. Anthropic says Fable can run autonomously longer than any previous Claude model, and that it's more token efficient while doing it, which matters because tokens are what you pay for. So it's not just doing more, it's doing more for less. Vision is another area they mention. Anthropic calls it the new state-of-the-art for vision tasks. It can pull precise numbers out of detailed scientific figures and rebuild a web's app source code just from screenshots alone. And memory. Fable holds focus across millions of tokens in long-running tasks and improves its own output using notes it actually writes itself. When given persistent file-based memory, Anthropic says it benefited 3 times more than Opus 4.0 did with the same setup. The science capabilities of the model is where it gets a little bit more interesting, and is also why the safeguards exist, so it's worth a minute. Anthropic says Mythos-class models can now handle real scientific tasks in biology. As one example, they tested a model on predicting how a genetic change would affect the assembly of a virus's outer shell. The model wasn't trained for that task specifically, and it still beats specialized protein models using its biological reasoning alone. That is framed as a promising result for gene therapy research, but it's the same capability that makes this dual use, and it's the reason biology is one of the gated areas. I'll come back to that in the safeguard section, but I'll flag the obvious. These are obviously Anthropic's own internal results on their launch date, so treat them as promising rather than proven until outside work confirms them. If you're learning to code or trying to level up, Scrimba is one of the most interactive ways I have personally found. They completely reinvented the video tutorial. So instead of just passively watching, at any time you can pause and edit the teacher's code right in your browser. This way, you're writing code and building along the way, so you'll actually learn stuff faster and have more fun. They have practical project-based learning paths taking you from zero to hireable in front-end, full-stack, back-end, and even AI engineering, covering tools like Claude Code, Mistral, and LangChain. Save 20% on the Pro plan using my link below. Now, the reason Fable and Mythos are split up in the first place is because of safeguards. A model this capable carries real risk. Anthropic's concern is uplift. The idea that the model could give a malicious actor meaningful help in areas like finding software exploits or risky biology, the kind of help you can get from a simple search engine. So Fable ships with a set of classifiers, separate AI systems that watch for misuse. When you ask Fable something in 3 areas, cybersecurity, biology, and chemistry, or model distillation, the request gets handed off to Opus 4.8 instead, and they tell you when it happens. A handoff to a strong model rather than a flat refusal. That's what they're doing to handle all of this. The number that matters for normal use, Anthropic says these safeguards trigger in less than 5% of sessions on average. More than 95% of the time, you're going to be talking to the full Fable model with no fallback. They've actually said that they tuned it conservatively, so it'll sometimes catch harmless requests, and they're working to reduce those false positives after launch. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys a couple of demos, and I'm not going to lie, This is the first time I can confidently say that this is probably the state-of-the-art model at the moment, and it's the best model out there. Obviously, every single time I make a video with a new model, I'm scared to say that because number one, you guys roast me in the comments if I support a lab that you guys don't support, if I gas up an OpenAI model, which I genuinely think was really good with GPT 5.5. You guys are on me. But this time I can confidently say that Claude Fable is the best model. What you see on screen right now is a Minecraft clone that was created, and it took the model about 55 minutes and only 52.4k tokens. So it perfectly replicated the entire sandbox game, multiple biomes, day and night cycle, ores, caves, and more, and which is crazy. And all the demos I'm going to show you guys right now will confidently show how big of a jump this model has been in the space, because this is probably the best model and it's going to change game development, agentic coding, software engineering, a lot of these places. And I can understand why Anthropic has been, very careful about releasing this model, because yes, this is very capable. Now, here's an example which I think was mind-blowing, which is this is a 3D world building, and look at the generation you see on screen. This looks like something a game development team would obviously create and spend like thousands of dollars on creating this. And this was done with Fable. This is 3D world building. So this generation once again tells you how capable the model has become, because what I see on screen is not something I expected a model to create, especially in 2026. And these are some other front generations. For example, this is a voxel world where there are Power Rangers, and the level of detail Fable 5 has is way more compared to anything that I have seen so far, because there are so many models out there that have been tested using the same prompt, but it's usually blocky. But if you look at it, the buildings have windows, things like that are colored differently. The level of detail and how powerful this model is completely different. Now here's a fun example. Someone recreated a Dino runner game, and what it actually did was that it's supposed to look at the person's finger, and if the finger waves up, then the Dino is supposed to obviously jump up. And this took about 11 to 12 minutes, and it consumed about 914k tokens, and it implemented everything in just 629 lines of code. Obviously, lines of code isn't a great metric, but that shows you how efficient this model is. And it's pretty capable, like it's working and this person's able to run their tests and everything like that. So that once again emphasizes the fact that this is a very capable model when it comes to coding. And this generation I personally love because the level of detail, as well how you're able to move across the world and the assets it has created, the visual assets, are pretty amazing. The exact prompt that this person used, I'm not 100% sure, but as this person is saying, this is going to be a model that's going to be huge for game development, I personally think. Now, if you want to test out Fable yourself and run your own benchmarks, you can do that over on the World of AI Bench. It's our own platform, and it puts 16 plus frontier models head to head across 10 vibe coding categories, the same kind of demos that you guys just saw, all graded by an AI judge panel on functionality, design, code quality, and creativity. So you're not trusting a launch day chart, you're actually running it yourself and seeing where it actually lands. There's also a Can I Run It tool that shows you cost per prompt before you spend a cent, a head-to-head arena, and a free public leaderboard, no card needed. Link is in the description. Go run Fable against everything else and see it for yourself. And now the part that actually affects all of us. Fable 5 is the most capable model Anthropic has released, and right now it's available to everyone. But in 2 weeks, it's not going to be. From today through June 22nd, Fable 5 is included on Pro, Max, Team, and a seat-based enterprise plans at no extra cost. Then on June 23rd, it's going to be gone from those plans. Using it after that point actually requires usage credits. The stated plan is to bring it back as a standard part of subscriptions later on, once the capacity allows, but there's no firm date on that. If you're on the API or consumption-based enterprise plan, you actually have it fully from day one. It's only the subscription users who get the free window. On pricing, both models are $10 per million input tokens at 50 per million output, which is less than half the cost of Mythos Preview, which is a significant cut for a top tier model, but obviously still expensive. One more important change worth knowing, for Mythos-class models, Anthropic now requires 30-day data retention on all traffic, including business customers and third-party surfaces. They say they won't train on it, it gets deleted after 30 days in almost all cases, and the purpose is to catch novel jailbreaks and attacks that play out across many requests. So if you care about data handling, this is worth knowing. But that's it for today's video. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, follow our new newsletter as well at universeofai.beehive.com, as well subscribe to the main channel World of AI, and support us on X by following the Universe of AIZ as well. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.